Oh, hello and welcome to
We're not doing a singing intro. Hello, it's episode 28 of TrustyHogs, the podcast. We're delighted to have you here. Please strap in. We'll be speaking from now. Hi, it's Catherine.
I really, part of me believed that you were going to join in the song. A tiny part of me did, though.
No.
Did you not think for a second there was like a chance she'd harmonise with me? I know, but I just
Thank you, Em.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them. Or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. Oh, it's Helen and Catherine as the trusty hogs. Trust the trusty hogs, or maybe not.
Hello. Welcome to TrustyHogs, episode 28, the podcast where we tell you about, frankly, our, two perfect lives?
Thriving beings.
It's crazy. It's like, wow. You know, you talk about a binge, I talk about a breakup. Classic.
We need to fucking shake it up, don't we?
Those are like, even if
ideally you'd binge and I'd have a breakup.
just one time. You know what I mean? Like
one breakup.
Time. We could just try it. We could try it. It's something to think about. And
do you want to go out?
Then we solve your problems.
Yeah?
What, like, is Em your girlfriend?
Dump me.
Sorry, Helen, we're not going out anymore.
Wait, I've got a cookie somewhere.
I should eat it.
Unfortunately, it's not a binge because I've already eaten the rest of them. Oh. So, no, I do want that for later.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I did that. Welcome to TrustyHogs.
Welcome to TrustyHogs. Hi.
Now, tell me honest, tell me true. I think of you as an organisational goddess. We all do. We all look up to you. We respect you. Not physically, of course, but mentally.
No, of course.
100%.
Thank you.
Respect.
Yeah, thank you.
You got given the ultimate organiser's task.
Oh, we're diving right in.
I have to know.
Yeah.
I have to know.
Okay. My best friend, Georgie.
Oh, I love her.
I love her so much. She's one of my favorite. She's my favorite person.
She's your favourite person.
I love her so much.
Yeah.
She's so good to me. And she's getting married to, which is weird. It's weird when your soulmate gets married to like another person.
So you're giving her away, yeah.
Well, it feels like he's taking her away, but fine, whatever.
Taking, okay.
Yeah, it's mad.
Wow.
By taking her away, I mean they'll continue to live at the end of my road, and we've agreed to never move farther than 5 minutes walk from one another.
That's
so
fair.
Like, taking her away isn't particular. The point is,
it's super healthy. It's not codependent at all.
no, he's giving her another place to sleep, and that's fine.
but her main bed will always be with
mine.
you.
So yeah, she's getting married, and so I'm her bridesmaid, and so we organized a hen do, and I was very proud of the curriculum I put together. Frankly,
I feel like it was something for everyone.
yeah, I mean I've never been to a hen do before. Can you imagine the stress of that? Plan a hen do, never been to one.
I just don't understand how you've managed to get to this point not going to one.
All my friends are queer.
Queer people do hen do's, no?
Maybe in their 40s, like.
Really?
Yeah, like who's getting married? Like I'm so young. I'm way too young to be married as a queer person. Come on.
Okay, right. Okay.
New narrative for me, by the way. New narrative for me. This is my new thing I'm saying now that I'm heartbroken.
I'm too
like,
young.
It's actually, it would be weird for a queer person to be married now. So
Yeah,
don't
if I
write
got
in and tell
married
us that you
now,
are if you are.
Age 32, I'd be like a child bride. It's fucking mad.
And then
you know what I mean?
But with queer people, it would be like even weirder. I'd be like an infant bride. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. So it's fine.
Okay,
I'm
so
totally
queer
on,
people.
I'm totally on track. Everything's fine. So Georgie is getting married though, even though she's younger than me, and that's fine, and I'm delighted
How
about
much
it.
younger? So much younger.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Okay. I was the oldest person at the hen do. I was the only single person at the hen do.
Oh my! I mean,
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
No,
it's
but
okay.
I've been.
It's okay.
Yeah, okay.
But I fucking organized it, and those people with their happy lives had a great time. Okay. So what we did was, do you want to hear about my
thing? We do like to hear what you organised, Catherine,
organised.
but in this tone.
So Friday night, Georgie loves pizza, so we ordered pizzas in from the best place, and then we I had Andrew. I interviewed Tom, her husband to be, and I had Andrew edit it down to the most phenomenally edited version of Mr. and Mrs.
Oh.
Andrew was like, I don't think it'll take that much editing. And then it was like, actually, Georgie's marrying like an unbelievably thoughtful man who actually spent like 30 seconds pondering each answer with great consideration. So there was mainly editing him being like, oh, gosh. really lovely, thoughtful
Just wanted
stuff.
to get it all perfectly
Can I just
correct.
tell you, he smashed the gig, by the way. Like, honestly, his answers were perfection. He was both respectful and funny. It was amazing.
No, that is impossible to do in games of
It
Mr.
was
and Mrs. It's impossible.
Unbelievable. Any question I asked him about sex, he said, no, I won't be answering that.
Are you fucking kidding?
I know. And also, she didn't back him to be that respectful. So she obviously, like, said
Not
all
even
of
the fun
answers.
multiple choice sex questions, like how many times has a condom snapped on you? Or
A snapped.
a condom
Is
snap.
it rigid?
No, you know when a condom snaps and it breaks.
What?
Hello?
Okay, and then
It does.
we played Mr. and Mrs. and then we played a competitive drawing round where they had 2 minutes to draw something and Georgie got to judge the best drawing. So like Tom's ass.
Nice.
One very particularly accurate one from a member of the Hindu that was actually made me think that it felt like she'd seen it.
Yeah. Like the shadowing was done correctly.
There was a mole in exactly the right place.
Wow.
It was crazy. Yeah, we were all like, okay.
Something to look into, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
Yeah.
I think Georgie should be jealous.
I mean, get her pissed at the wedding and do some questioning.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But these are all clever lawyers. Like I'll bet they've. The point is, the ass was too familiar. And then we had all of her favorite food in. She had a crown. She had balloons. She had
Wait, a balloon crown?
no.
Oh no, like a
Yeah,
flower
yeah,
crown.
yeah.
Okay.
Her friend sent 12. Rich people are amazing. One of her friends, they're also successful, sent 12 bottles of champagne to the Hindu. And they're all really good champagne. So I was like, what the hell is this? It's amazing. And we just had a great time. And then the next morning we got up, we went for a long lunch at the Educated Flea in Edinburgh. Divine, such good food.
Oh my god.
And then
Catherine.
after 2 hours of that, her brothers show up with the first clue in a treasure trail around Edinburgh where the clues are all based on Georgie's love life.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Yes, so good. We had to take photos to say, oh my God, also her mom and her brother wrote these convoluted clues where Cupid had captured her mother and was holding her as like kidnapped her.
Oh
And
wow, so you went for a narrative.
full
Narrative arc.
narrative. It was so exciting. And that involved going to the Cat Cafe. It involved going to the Mario Kart bar in Edinburgh, stuff that Georgie
Wait,
loves.
so Cupid went to her mum's house,
Yeah, held her captive.
held her captive. Why?
Wouldn't release her until we answered the riddles that were the
Okay.
clues.
And why was Cupid doing that? I'm just saying, I don't think the narrative sounds good. I'm just like, what's the motivation?
I can't remember. I was very drunk. Like there was drinking at every stop.
You scavengered pissed.
We went. Oh my God, we were so drunk.
Do not drink and drive. Do not scavenger piss. You know the rules.
We scavengered pissed. I had so many drinks.
Holy shit.
Then we went back for a cheese board and wine.
See, this is when I struggle at Hindus, is the activities after the drinking. I always
Oh,
start
but-
flagging.
no, but
and people,
but
there are
that's why-
some
that's
mad
why-
fucking cunt women out there.
No, that's why I planned it this way, right? So we started with lunch, big like proper carb load.
Mm-hmm.
Then everybody scavenged and drank for 4 hours. At which point I left a little bit early. When they came back, they had 2 hours to rest and just eat as much fucking cheese as they could, and a little bit of red wine if they wanted. And everybody had a rest and had a carb load. Then we went to what's it called? Fountain Park, and we did
Tiger.
No, we did cosmic bowling. Turns out.
Wait, what's that when you use your star sign to hit the pins down? Like
No,
cosmically?
I know, and yeah, they give you your fate if only. No, it's actually where they put it in the dark and then they light up the pins, and it's so fucking
Fuck
good.
off, like Neo Mini Golf.
Truly, the bowling was a surprise hit. It turns out high-powered women, when drunk, are deeply competitive.
Oh, yeah, they're lawyers, don't you say?
Yeah, deeply competitive. My God, the place was awash with like ambition and high-powered bowling, and we had a good time. It was great. And then we came back, and then Georgie loves karaoke, so we did Sing Star.
Yes, please.
And she sang all of Les Miserables and all of. She cast that herself as well. She gave all the parts she didn't want to other people. Then she took all the good ones for herself, from what I could tell.
Oh, so she was Jean Valjean and Javert.
You'd have to ask her. I don't
To do
know
the
what those-
confrontation
don't know
with
what
the
those
solo
sounds
is
you're
a
making
fucking... Okay, well, like, it's my truth, and it's an amazing song.
And then she was going to bed at 1:30. By the way, I bed at like 12 o'clock at this
Yeah,
point.
that feels right for you.
I slept next door because that's how tired I was to all of this karaoke. Didn't hear any of it. I was exhausted.
You had a long day of scavenging.
Sure. And I'd had a breakup that week. I was all took it out. You got to sleep when you sleep. And so but apparently, like, this is how well her friends know her. They heard her going to bed So somebody just casually put on Hamilton, which is like a red flag to Georgie, right? She was like to a bull, as in she was out there, and she was out. She did the whole thing. Apparently, she sang the whole of Hamilton.
That's a hard catalogue to get through.
She did it. She did it.
I get breathless by Burn.
Yeah, she had a great time. I don't know what that is. And then she and then
how are we friends?
I don't know.
We can't relate to each other at all. It's so frustrating.
Mad. But Penelope says we have more in common than we have our differences. Now,
yeah, Penelope was mental.
She's a woman who gets paid to tell people's futures. The point is, and then Sunday, which actually was a stroke of genius on my part. The one part I was proudest about the hen planning was Sunday. People were fucking wrecked, obviously.
Yeah.
Spa. Before you go home, everyone heads to the spa.
Come on.
Thank you.
Come on.
Thank
like, if you're
you.
doing a 3-day hen weekend.
Last day should be a facial or a massage.
But, like, in separate chairs, separate rooms.
Oh my God, separate
like,
rooms. You had a
space.
moment to yourself. You could use the saunas. You could use the pool. And then we finished with afternoon tea with her mom. And everybody headed home. It was great.
I'm sorry, that is so dignified and so classy.
Thank you.
To be able to get to that level where you're like, no, this is what we're doing. I think it also comes with being like, Georgie's friends are rich lawyers, so I can plan a nice...
It does help when people, like when everybody's like, I mean, I don't know how the child brides do it, because when like, you need everyone to be on a decent wage in order to be able to be like, here, can you do this?
Right?
Everyone assumed we should pay for lunch and stuff. Like nobody even said, shall we run? Mad.
Everyone was willing to like do the whole bill.
People asked for the bill.
I respect these women.
People weren't. No one was sneaking to the bathroom, hoping somebody else would ask, waiting to see what would happen. These people, like people fought over who should buy the rounds. I was like,
and lawyers get shit reputation, but fuck me, do they do their jobs?
yeah.
Also, was there still like the mad cunt of the hen do though? I always feel like whenever I've gone on a hen do, there's one woman who fucking outlasts everyone. Everyone's like, I'm done. I'm ready for bed.
I think it was Georgie. I think Georgie was the mad cunt of her own.
You can't be the bride mad cunt when they're just sort of like, everyone's like, okay, well, yeah, well, we're sort of like getting to the deeper meaningful. People are
think
trailing
it
off to bed. There's one woman there like, let's go find a man and just like look at his dick. Let's go. How about we just go let's just climb a tower and just jump off.
No, there was nobody like that. But the person who was
They're
like,
usually called Liv. Like
no
Livia.
lives, no lives,
No lives.
no lives, no.
Oh, we're going
Livias.
to different handies.
I think we are. I think we are. Like the mad cunt was just like, I think I'll finish out this musical and then head to bed. And
It's
was
a good
Georgie,
musical.
You know, it was Georgie both times.
Honestly, you crushed it. I wouldn't expect anything less of you.
Thank you.
And also, I feel like, because you are going through this changing chapter in your life, you're the organising woman.
I'm so resentfully going through this changing chapter in my life.
Really resentful for it, but I feel like you're discovering walking. We're both getting into our old
Oh my
lady
God, we
exercises.
really are.
No, but I'm only happy about it because I came to you this morning and I was like, guess who's going to sign up for aqua aerobics? And you went, I love walking.
I love walking and I can't talk about my new old lady habit.
But that makes me feel great.
I think you should do water aerobics. I've taken to just taking a couple of turns around my local park in the morning. I
Oh,
think
you doing that
promenading's
thing?
not done enough.
Is that the thing where you like leave your house in the morning when you work from home to trick yourself into thinking you're going to work and then you go back home?
Basically, yeah.
I
And
know
also
that
to
trick.
trick yourself, like to kind of convince myself that I could leave the house. If I
Oh
wanted
yeah,
to.
like it's an option.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, but I could.
And do you feel like when you're walking, you're getting the exercise endorphins?
No, because like I'm just about getting around the park. You know, like I could have like it's like as I wake up, I'm like hobbling around. No, but you know, I go outside. That feels like a
But it's
progress.
good, gentle exercise. But I'm like, I want exercise endorphins. Luckily, I'm so unfit. I get it from standing up sometimes. I'm like,
Nice.
oh, someone's feeling sunny in the
Good
morning.
morning.
She's made it. But I feel like aqua aerobics.
Aqua aerobics. So, have you ever done it before?
No, but I've seen it.
Okay, I just worry about. I worry that you know that
You're not supposed to splash each other.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's
I
not
know
a,
that.
you know it's not a competition, right?
No, but
You know you don't have to like dance in formation. Like you can't be given out to the other women if they get it wrong.
why are they getting it wrong?
Okay, I'm just saying like you don't have to.
But
Sing
isn't it like you're just in water and then you're like this, right?
Yeah, but
and then you get like
stretching.
pool noodles. Remember pool noodles
I
when
just
you were
have a
like
vivid-
13
I
and they
just
were like
have a
in
vi-
between your legs?
13. Oh my god.
Do you remember that though?
Please make it stop.
Come on.
No,
For me, my local pool,
I could
shout out
pull
to
it-
the Heart Leisure Centre,
I could fully swim at 13.
was just Yeah, I could swim at 13 too, but you get the floaties out and it was just like loads of like girls and boys just being like, oh, this is fucking amazing. Like, maybe that was a Fleet thing. I always wonder whether
it's
like...
a you thing?
No, we were all fucking losing our minds in the pool. Poolie was amazing. We fucking love Poolie and Fleet.
Okay, well, you can't do that in water aerobics.
No,
either.
I want an exercise that...
Do you have a pool near you can do this on?
Yes, I do. It's like literally like
Do it.
10-minute walk.
Do it.
And I just think like I want an exercise that's like fun as well as being like an event.
Yeah.
You know, not just sort of like, oh, I should do some... Oh, God, what have I gone through phases of before? Like, I did jogging ages ago, but like, oh, sit-ups.
Oh, no.
Like, when you're like, oh, I can do sit-ups, 'cause I can do it at any time, and it becomes this pressure. Where instead, getting a cool little pool bag.
Yeah,
and I
like
want to
that
get
for
one of
you.
those ones you had when you were a kid. You know, like the little...
I
Like,
love this for you. Jelly
And,
shoes, maybe?
Huh?
Jelly shoes, maybe?
Oh!
Right.
I had not even thought about that.
Yeah. I think jelly shoes, cute swim bag.
And also, you know, aqua aerobics. Maybe it's the
Why
only
do
way
you
I've
just
ever
hold
seen
your
it.
breasts at me?
When I've seen aqua aerobics depicted, it's usually in, like comedy sketches.
God, they're fucking massive, aren't
And
they?
it's loads of like, yeah, and it's loads of like it's usually large women, and they're all just sort of like bobbing around, but like everything's underwater, but because like tits float,
Oh,
so they're
God,
all just
yeah.
like, oh. And I think I would find that quite funny. Not the other. Actually no, I think I'd find
freeing.
this as a group of women.
And freeing.
Also, how great would it be if like I was in like a big lady class and we all got in together and the water overflowed? Like, I know that's like a really like old school fat joke, but like if we all got in and we were all like, oh, Jean, Kath, Helen, come on, and we get in and it goes, we're like, it
Do
would
you
be
think
good.
that they grade it by weight?
What do you mean?
Like the big girl class?
How do you get in the big girl class, do you mean?
Yeah, like I just like, do they call it that?
I reckon you'd show up and they'd be like, what, for big girls aqua aerobics? And they'd be like, yeah, and they'll be like,
Aren't they?
come back tomorrow at 2.
Aren't they all? Aren't they all just old girls? Aqua
I think
aerobics?
because it's easy on the knee.
Yeah. I, think
I
they're-
do think
I think they're mainly just all old gals. But I think you'd actually do well with a group of old women.
I think I'd make a good new group of buddies
You
who
have
would
to,
be
you
like
have to use your indoor voice.
in a pool. God
Yeah.
forbid.
Yeah, I think you would.
You mustn't. You simply mustn't.
I think you'd have to.
No, famously.
Indoor pool, I think you'd have to.
it's a sound that you have to.
well, then I
scream.
hope they take their ear.
Hearing aids out. They will have to get in the pool.
Oh, of course. Oh, then it's fine. Then speak normally.
And then I don't know if the instructor's in the water with us or standing at the front.
They stand at the front. They don't get in.
Oh.
Well, everyone has to be able to see them. Not everyone's as tall as you, babe. Oh, you're gonna have to stand at the back, by the way. These old ones won't be able to see over you.
Oh. I'm gonna be put at the back of the big girls class.
You are. I'm sorry.
I want to do this. I want to punch. I want to jump. I want to pool noodle.
I think you should do it.
I know.
And also film it, and also send me clips.
You can't film it. I don't have a GoPro.
Oh, do you want me to come and film? Like,
Yeah.
I'll be
Could
like,
you imagine?
yes!
Just oh, sorry, I just brought my really hot thin friend to watch Big Girls
You're
Aqua
doing
Aerobics.
amazing, sweetie.
That's it. Bounce, Helen. Bounce, bounce. All of us just getting hit in our face with our tits.
Wave. I'd love
She
to.
doesn't want to sleep with men anymore. Oh. You'll go back to men within an hour of watching Big Girls Aqua Aerobics.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
Oh my God, please. And then you could meet me afterwards in the changing rooms. And then you could do that thing, you know, when like mums are like refusing to pay for the hair dryers. So they just take you to the toilets and they press the...
Yeah.
And so you just put me under the hand dryers.
I'd love
And
to
you could just
do
hold me
that.
up like...
I'd love, and then also I could be like one thing from the vending machine. You can have one thing from the vending machine. One thing. Drink your water.
Well, I'll take the grab bag of Maltesers.
Do they have them at your local?
You know those
food
ones,
hall?
those like big £1 bags?
Oh, I can do that for you. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't gone to the swimming pool yet.
well, let's go.
It's just my
Let's check out the
plan.
vending machine at least. We should
Okay,
do a recce on
actually,
the vending machine.
I did go there once to get a wax.
What?
There's a woman that waxes
what?
people at the top of my
In the pool.
local leisure centre. Not in
What?
the pool, like above the pool. Yeah, I thought that was weird as well.
What?
So I'm glad this reaction came through.
Sorry.
I didn't go back.
I mean, in a way, she's a genius, right? Because when do you think most about needing a wax? When you're headed to the pool. But where do you least want to have a wax?
It was very odd.
At the pool, I think.
Yeah, because I arrived and I was like queuing up with all these kids for their swim lesson.
The smell of chlorine in
Yeah, and I went to the reception and I was like,
there.
I'm here for a wax. And
so
she was like,
odd.
okay, and I get in an elevator and go up 2 floors.
It's also a bit like, It feels like selling ketchup at a sausage factory. I don't know. It's just like I don't want to see how it's made.
That'd be genius.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you imagine selling ketchup at a chocolate factory? At a sausage factory.
I don't know that you should see how the sausage gets made at the pool.
They could put ketchup inside the sausage. So when you bite into it, the ketchup comes out.
Ugh, so it's all hot? That's disgusting.
Hot ketchup. Hot ketchy.
Ugh.
Hot ketchy and the
I
Viestion.
really don't like that. I don't like that at all. Hey, we should probably bring on our guest.
I want to bring on the guest.
Let's bring on our guest.
Let's bring on our guest.
And this week's guest is divine. A
So
joy.
divine.
Truly-
Also, just really quickly, like, I actually really think that ketchup and sausage thing is great. So if anyone's listening to this and you want to start
Please
it,
don't
like,
do
do
that.
message me.
No. And also,
No, I just don't want it to like become one of those things where it's like we see it in years to come, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake!
can I give you a little bit of homework?
Yeah,
Can you please do one of those classes and tell us about it on the next episode?
yeah.
Thank you. Okay, great. I'm so excited. Feel free to like
Prepare to see a whole new me next week.
I'm excited.
We'll have to get me a smaller chair.
Okay, we can do that. But yes, I think our guest is amazing. He's one of those comics where whenever I'm on a weekend, I'm so thrilled he's there because it's like, okay, it's going to be a lovely time. We're going to have some daytime wine. It's going to be great.
You say that, but once I wasn't on a weekend away with Stephen,
Oh,
and he was like, "Are you in like Bristol or whatever?
yeah.
I think I can hear you in my hotel." I was like, "No, that's not me. That's just another loud woman down the hallway." I was in fucking London. I was like, "Go fuck yourself."
Are you
like,
sure he couldn't just hear you from London? Wow. Okay, it's Stephen
Bailey!
Yay!
Chisel! Ooh. Hi, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who has given us a 5-star rating and review so far on iTunes, who has commented and liked on our videos on YouTube. It makes such a difference because
Massive.
we are a baby podcast. We are producing it ourselves and we really appreciate it. And we would ask you, if you haven't done it already, please do just chuck out some likes. It makes a massive difference to us and being able to keep doing it. Only 5-star reviews, please. We've got some gorgeous ones and we love reading them.
Helen hates the one bad one.
Let's forget about the one bad one. Let's forget about it. Please keep telling us that you love the oinks. It makes my world feel complete.
I hate
And
it.
what we found really works is if you do really enjoy the podcast and you're not able to support us in any other way, supporting us by listening is amazing. And please tell 5 friends and family members about it this week. And it makes such a huge difference.
Massive. And as does sharing our videos on Twitter or Instagram. It makes such a big difference. Please and thank you.
Thank you. But do you remember when you were in a hotel? Was it in Bristol? And you messaged me being like, "Are you doing the weekend? I think I can hear you down the hallway." But it was just like another loud fucking bitch from the south. And I was like in London, like,
I mean,
no, that's not me.
yeah, probably.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
It feels like something I would do.
You were like, "Oh my God, are you in the hotel?"
Then what did I say?
And you were like, "Oh no, it's just a woman." And I was like, "What woman? What's she doing?"
Oh my God.
Fucking running up and down the corridors, like singing, playing her tits.
Oh my God. Stephen Bailey, how are you? Welcome to the podcast.
Good, thank you. Are we going? Is this
going.
it?
Is
This
that
is
okay?
it. Yeah,
Also, you
Fine.
have perfect teeth. Have you had Invisalign?
yeah. Have you ever had it?
No, but I
You
was
have
thinking of
gorgeous
getting
teeth.
it.
You have
I was
gorgeous
going to get
teeth.
them done though.
It's not worth it for you. You have gorgeous teeth.
And he's such a good man.
You have gorgeous teeth. You actually
Really?
have gorgeous teeth. Yeah, I'm not just being
Okay, but
nice.
if we wanted to get it, where would we get it?
I got it in. Where did I get it from? I got it somewhere in London. What's it called?
Invisalign clinic.
Or Smile?
Pretty
Harley
much.
Street.
It's something. No, it wasn't like that. It was called like.
They're gorgeous. Your teeth are perfect. They have
Yeah,
a little bar in.
They
Mine
were
keep them that
great.
way.
Yeah, on the back.
And did it cost £1,000 million?
Yeah, it was like $4,000. I wouldn't recommend it. Like, that's why I don't think you need it. My tooth had started to go for a walk. I had to have it.
I got
So
one
you
of
don't
those.
need it.
Little crossover at the front.
Well,
Let it do more. It's $4,000. It's not worth it.
okay.
Yeah.
This is the- I don't wanna
love
get
this
it done.
guy. I love it. You
Yeah.
know
Also, I've heard it hurts.
Okay, but
No, it doesn't.
You are now. Oh, interesting.
No, it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
In
I've
the
been
old
lied
days,
to.
it hurts because it was like, nowadays it doesn't hurt.
Wow, what a godsend. Hello, you're now officially legally blonde since the last time I saw you. Hi.
Just call me Elle. Just call me Elle.
And how's your life changed since you've gone blonde?
I have way more fun.
Do
I
you?
am more gorgeous now. Like, I look at myself.
You're literally just looking at yourself. I do that all the
enjoy
time.
it.
Like-
And people really compliment how handsome I look with blonde hair. And then it just makes you think, I did red for too long. Not that red is
How?
wrong. I just think I look better with this blonde.
I mean, you look fire, but you look fire with red hair as well. I think you've got a
it's-
fire face.
I think it's okay. Yeah, I think 1, you looked phenomenal with curly red hair, and 2, I think it's safe to say that I wouldn't be good blonde, so it's okay that you're enjoying
No.
it. No,
Yeah.
that wouldn't work, right?
You don't think?
Come on, I would not.
Oh, here
rock
comes
blonde.
Big Bumbo Catherine. Oh, hoi, hoi.
No.
I find that fucking charming. An Irish bimbo? How often?
No, because
How
what
often?
Stephen's managed to do is like the Nicole Kidman switch, whereas I'd be more like the Lindsay Lohan switch.
Well, I was just going to bring this
Okay.
up because in my teenage years, I had that ginger hair and I was bullied for it. Were you ever bullied for it?
Obviously.
Yeah. And then I did whatever Lindsay Lohan did. So when she went like black hair and tan, I did that. When she went for like black hair with like the blonde bits through,
Wait, so you were
I did
bullied?
that.
So you thought
Yeah.
if you copied Lindsay Lohan, you'd be grand?
Yeah, I thought, well, because she
Oh,
was absolutely
The Lindsay
gorgeous.
Lohan plan. What's the question? Let's go. She was a ginger role model. We didn't.
She read the Quran. I read the Quran.
No. Lindsay Mean Girls Day. Not
Okay,
trying
right.
to kidnap a child. Not trying to kidnap a child in the street days, allegedly. But I mean, like when she was like a real big star.
Yeah, yeah.
Before
Yeah,
she
yeah,
fell
yeah.
into the bad
get it.
crowd.
I get it.
Yeah. And then then Lindsay obviously fell into the crowd and went off doing things, allegedly. And so then I was like, okay, I need to make my own life choices. So then I went with the red.
Stephen.
And then I just was like, and I'm not going to lie, this was Breakdown Blonde originally.
Oh,
because
really?
Post-pandems, or post-lockdown, I should say, I went to my hairdresser, James, and I said, I think we should go blonde. And he was like, I don't think we should do that. And I said, I think we should just go blonde, James.
Yeah.
And he did it, and we went blonde. And then we pulled it back to be a bit dirty blonde again.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God. I love that he said no, but you were like, cool, well, crack on with it.
Well, James also
gets
said
no say.
no, ... But actually, I've just completed my master's in Paris in hair colouring. So if anyone was going to not fuck it up, it was my James.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
wow. God, James sounds like a.
He's at
absolute
Michelle
godsend.
Louise in Balham, dare I say.
Oh, my God.
Louis-
I've been to Balham.
Good
Yeah.
for you!
I mean, better if I've been to Michelle Louise.
Yeah.
But, like,
Susanna Reid from the Good Morning Britain goes there.
I know that
Oh,
place to serve her in a
wow.
cafe in Balham.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Stephen knows.
She liked a
what-
sausage roll.
I don't know that.
That's not slander.
I
She
know,
did.
I know she likes a curly blow.
What's
Oh.
that?
Blowout, a curly blowout.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Don't we all? So do I.
It's the lingo. It's just hard
do
to keep
I.
up
So do I.
sometimes.
It's a pig's gobble.
Stephen Bailey, how are you, my darling?
I'm so well. How are you guys?
Yeah, good.
Thanks for having me.
I'm just,
you for doing it.
I'm distracted because now I'm thinking about Lindsay Lohan's career.
Okay, well, I have several
And-
questions for Stephen that are not about Lindsay Lohan.
But
I-
did you watch Lindsay Lohan's Beach Club?
No, I didn't
No.
watch that.
Okay, so it was
You
like
have
the
to draw
latest.
a line somewhere. Like I watch every Housewives.
yeah.
Just started Sydney.
Oh no, except Sydney.
Okay.
I meant American and UK.
Is Potomac as good as everyone says?
Yeah, Potomac.
I need to
really
watch
good.
it. I'm going
It's
to do it.
really
I'm going to
good.
do it. Sorry, ask
Do you
a
watch
question.
any,
I'll
Catherine?
think about Lindsay Lohan in my
I've
head.
seen New York and I've seen
Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills and I've seen a bit of Atlanta.
Okay. Do you know? I have a question for you
dabble.
two. I have a
Yes.
question for you. Do you know in your comedy career,
Yes.
sometimes you've got the option of money, and sometimes you've got the option of being an artist.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Housewives has made me just want the money. I don't care
Yes.
about being an artist anymore. And I talk about this with people that are open and frank all the time, but there is two types of people. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
do you want to be on this artsy bill for 80 quid, or do you want to come to like this shithole for 500? It's like, I would rather go to the shithole.
Yeah.
Where are you guys on that?
So I would put. I've never
I'd say
thought.
you're artsy.
I'd say artsy as well. Only because you know that famous scene in Extras where he goes to his
Never watched
agent,
it.
right? So he's made a sitcom that he doesn't like, right?
Right.
And he's like wearing a curly wig and he's doing a voice like, oh,
Right.
and he just hates it. And he goes to his agent and says, "Look, I want to do something proper. And his agent says, "Well, what do you want from me? Because you always want something different. Do you want to be famous? Do you want to be on TV all the time and have money? Or do you want to be loved and respected by your peers for making something amazing?" And he goes, "Well, I want both of those things." And he goes, "Well, only a couple people get both. And you are not one of them. So what do you want?" And he goes, "Well, TV all the time." And he's like, "Great, Celebrity Brothers called."
See, I would do that.
Me
I would
too,
do
me
that.
You
yeah.
would go on CBB?
Yeah.
You got to think about every single thing you say. I have got no self-control.
I'd be okay on that.
I'd be okay on that.
Happens
as well.
if you shit yourself in the bed. Then that will be all that people remember remember about you
Why would that happen?
Yeah.
because you had, I don't know, a hot curry from one of the challenges.
But they don't feed you.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's another thing. They starve you in there.
I know,
That's
but
fine.
think of the diet.
Yeah, that's what I
That's
think.
true.
Yeah.
Don't. I've always thought about that. I'm a celebrity. Could you imagine?
Oh, I
'Cause
could
everyone
not
wants
do
to do.
it. Now, there's something
Everyone wants to
I
do
couldn't
Strictly because of the weight loss, and it's like, yeah, but I'm a celebrity. You do it super, super fast.
But also, I could not do I'm a Celebrity. I'm so scared of spiders.
That's true. Actually, we walked through a spider enclosure the other day,
I'm-
and you freaked
I'm
out.
petrified.
I don't like mess, so that wouldn't work for me.
Also same.
Yeah.
Also
It's not
same.
mess. It's jungle.
No,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
it's
like
still
that.
like the
It's
same
dirty,
vibe.
Oh, you
no.
think the
isn't it?
leaves-
Also,
Yeah, the
sleeping
leaves are messy.
outside.
Dirtiness.
What are you talking about? Sleeping outside?
And you have to like jump out of like
and-
high things.
No.
That's the bit for me. Is like,
and eat random. No, it's an absolute no from me.
But celebrity brother, absolutely fine with that.
Oh yeah, because that's all about group dynamics and bitching behind their backs.
yeah. And if it rains, you just go inside.
Yeah.
They've got a little phone booth, and
Ah.
I'm a celebrity they can stand in.
I know, but it'll still stink of piss.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
no from me.
that's
I mean, I don't
true.
love
It's like the phone box on the park. It always stinks
Yeah.
of piss.
I
How
don't.
often are you going in there?
Loads.
Yeah,
Oh.
you got to keep
Yeah.
checking. You don't want
Oh.
to judge a phone book by its
I just want to check they still work.
Yeah.
I think I would be artsy though. I think I worry. I do worry what people think about me and what I do sometimes.
I think
Yeah.
I get a bit concerned.
I understand. I think I want to be able to take care of my parents when they're old. I want to own a house.
Yeah.
I want to not worry about getting sick. And I want to be able to take days off when my brain's fighting me. So I'm all about the money, honey.
That's how I feel, is being like, and because your career, whichever way you do it, is peaks and troughs, I want to know that in a trough, in another goddamn global crisis, I do not have to shit myself for 2 years.
100%.
Like,
I think actually I was a bit like before that, and then honestly, the fucking fear, that petrified fear of going back to, because the first few years I lived in London, I made between like 9 and 14 grand a year,
Preach.
which was like,
Yeah.
how did I even? When on a reflection, I'm like,
How did I live? How did I? Yeah.
How did I live?
But
Which
not a
sounds
good
mad. 'Cause that's so much
lifestyle.
money.
No, it
It's
was
so much
horrific.
money
It was-
though.
yeah.
Like 14 grand. Like for the rest of the world, it's an amazing amount. And it's like,
yes,
how do we even survive? It's so
But it's
weird,
crazy,
isn't it?
And I really had a horrible time, and I couldn't afford therapy, and I couldn't afford like, I just
Yeah.
just, like, you know, there are moments now where when bad things happen, like I was on that hen do, and
Mm-hmm.
my flight got cancelled,
yeah.
and I was like, oh cool, I'll just input for a refund, and it'll come when it comes. But in the meantime, I'll just buy another flight,
Yeah.
or I'll just book a train. I remember when that kind of thing would ruin my month, like make me physically
You're talking
sick
my
and
life.
worry. And I would just like be like, I don't know, for me, and also like the idea that my parents couldn't call me and say this horrible thing has happened, and I couldn't say I'm coming. Like that's what money does. It gives. And oh, by the way, obviously capitalism is fucked, and printing people's choices based on their assigned worth is gross. But I do think, given that we live in that context, yeah, I want to feel safe, and money makes me feel safer.
Yeah.
Than
But
my
I think what
peer-
we're all saying is we
Because-
want to make art and we want to do 2 adverts a year. Is that what we're all saying?
No.
I'm-
Really?
No, because
I don't care about art. I want to be mainstream, popular.
You are
sell it.
popular. You don't have to
I
want
know,
it
but I don't care about the art side.
at all.
No, I would say I'm a little bit different to this in the sense that like I try to be myself, and I try to, but like if it's a choice between like, you know, doing something that's a little bit of a compromise versus doing something that, because the thing is, here's the thing is, people cannot take your money away. They can take their approval away. So this idea that like it's what for my peers to respect me, I'm like this week, and then if they decide next week they don't, like in the same way that I don't really feel that way about popularity. Like I don't need to be on the TV loads. If I got millions through corporates, I'd be like, no one thought. I'd be like,
sorry,
That's
fine.
the fucking
I don't
dream.
When
even
I say
though.
popular, I don't mean on TV. I mean like I want to sell out 300 plus size rooms, because
Yeah.
then there's dollar in that ticket
Yeah.
percentage.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Corporates. Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, corporates for comedians are literally where we go.
I haven't done
and
any yet.
I've done one. I did it last week
I love them.
for Kimberly Walsh.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
No
she
fucking
did.
joke.
She did.
Why have you? She followed me on Twitter. She-
Insane. I
Was
don't
it
even
for
know if I
Wick?
can talk about that. Yes, for Wick.
Yeah, I knew it was for Wick.
Oh my god. Okay, this right. Insane.
You're insane. How dare you not pass that on?
Insane.
I would have done it and give you the money.
Oh, that's so funny.
No, I named my Furby Kimberly from Girls Aloud. Like, it's a whole thing for me.
Okay.
But you should have been there.
I wish
And I
was.
felt that.
Well,
But that
sometimes
was
I
the
think
moment-
Helen forgets about me. I'm not
Well-
going to lie. Yeah, I'm going to call you out now. No birthday, no Kimberly Walsh. Please continue.
Oh
my God.
Catherine never does this.
I mean, did you message me on my
never
birthday?
get corporates.
No, because I didn't get an invite.
Oh, this is why I hate birthdays.
You petty little bitches. You're both as bad as each other.
Oh, I am petty.
Stephen and
love
I
it.
need a moment
I
of
believe
healing,
you.
if that's okay with
Yeah.
everyone. We're just
Do you have
gonna-
any crystals?
Just a little moment. No, we're
Yeah.
just going to do a handhold.
Yeah.
I see you, I feel you, I understand I hurt you, okay?
I want to forgive you and I want to forget you.
Do not Elsie me. Do not Elsie Heidi Montag. I know who it was. I know who it was, 100%, but it's just sort of like, what? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Because I willed her Spencer.
I'm ready for that. I am ready for those TikTok followers.
Oh my God.
I love you.
I love you.
I didn't believe
Am I the
that you-
Adriana? I'm just over here like wishing that the toxic ex would come
Adriana.
back.
Audrina
Oh my God.
Partridge.
Oh my God.
Okay, Catherine,
How
can
do
you
you
please
two
be
work
quiet while the
together?
two of us are talking?
You two
We literally
work
just had this
together.
conversation. I referenced the song from Hamilton. She's like, I don't know it. Stephen, please.
Yeah.
I personally, please. I personally did not think you'd want to travel
Yeah.
down
Yeah.
to Camberwell
Yeah, I would.
to have pizza.
Well,
some of my school
boyfriend
friends.
only lives in Tooting. So that
Catherine,
travel.
please do not start the part.
Yeah, it's okay.
I let you down.
You did. But as long as you had a nice birthday, I suppose I can't complain. Because that would be petty. And I'm no Lisa Vanderpump. If anything, I'm Kyle.
You're a winner.
I'm a Rinner. I am.
You're a winner. But I love that
Yeah,
you said
thank
Kyle.
you.
But Kyle felt so bad about calling her sister an alcoholic at the end of season 1, and I don't
Her
think he
sister
would.
is an alcoholic.
Yeah, Kim is struggling.
Allegedly.
She's going through
Sorry.
phases.
The book is coming, guys.
Are
the
we
book
done?
is coming.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Kim Richards has got a book coming
Oh,
out.
yeah.
Please tell me it's called You Slut Pig.
November.
No.
No, it's not called You Slut Pig.
Damn it, that's a shame. That's
It's
my
one of
favourite
those. I
quote.
can't remember exactly what it is, but it's one of those like,
Tell-alls.
all will be revealed. Do you know one of those?
Uncovered.
I
Right.
would
that
really
vibe, yeah.
like to know the behind the scenes of her friendship with Brandy Ganville.
She says what she knows about Harry Hamlin. Apparently.
I don't know what's happening
Okay,
anymore.
sorry.
You've lost me.
Back to being a hog.
Yes.
Mother of Delilah. No? Okay.
Well, anyway, I'm thrilled that is. But I would also say that you say that, but you also do the work. It's not like you're like,
Who, me?
yeah, it's
Yeah,
not
I
looking
work.
for an easy way out.
No.
It's just that you're happy to choose money. And I honestly think people who get to be like artistically snobby generally are people who have money. And I'm like, that's
Thank
not something
you.
I can
Oh.
afford to do.
So true as well.
I'm
yes,
like-
so rich,
true.
though.
Yeah, you are. And if I'm as rich as
Yeah.
you,
Yeah, we both did Apollo. Are you fucking kidding?
Oh, I thought you meant like back from a rich background.
Oh, no. Don't choke on your water. That's harsh.
sorry.
My dad works.
Yeah, but like in shit.
My dad works in sewage.
Oh, great. There was a show
It's actually
called,
a really good job.
there was a show on Channel 5 called Sewer Men that Chris Washington narrated. You should have done that. You have more of a connection.
We call it Shit Farm Daughters in my town.
Yeah.
So there was like 2 of us at my school in my year. Yeah, Shit Farm Daughters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Well,
but he works for a different shit farm now.
Can I just say as well, do you know when you shouted at Catherine? It reminds me of one of my favourite bits from Helen's set is always when she just starts shouting in German.
Oh my
I
God, so
don't know
good.
why
It's
it
so good.
kills me so much, but I just love everything that happens.
whenever she says, look at me,
Yeah, that.
I'm like, it's so good.
That's English.
and the
feels
German,
German.
both ways. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a very classy
Yeah.
moment of performative.
I
it's
love
art
it.
performance,
It's
though.
so good.
It's art. Okay, and I will be respected
I
for
am
it.
shocked that you would say the arts thing.
I think so, only because hand on heart,
I think that's true for you.
I do get moments of like, people will be like, people, you know, like comedy people will be saying stuff about like, oh, like, have you done this? Or you wanted to do that? Or I saw so-and-so did this. And it gets in my head. I definitely care a lot what other people think. And I think in moments like that, I will also say, I've said arts having not been faced with the choice. Because I am still in the phase where I say yes to everything that comes in.
yeah,
I'm
me
like,
too.
100% yes, thank you so much for the job. I'm so grateful. But I think if I was in a position where rent was paid, all good, paid in advance, or like I bought somewhere where I had a choice between a money job or something that I genuinely wanted to do didn't pay very well. Actually, no, that's bullshit. I did have a choice. I made a pilot for the BBC.
Yeah, congratulations.
Very exciting.
Congratulations.
Over the moon about it. Does not pay well at all. And the amount of work and months that went into it, I would have been better off just gigging.
Yeah.
And I could have taken some gigs during the prep time of that.
But that's a stepping
and I
stone.
didn't take all because I wanted to really
That's
focus on this job that I
strategy,
wasn't
isn't it?
getting paid for.
Exactly. That's strategy. You're strategizing to hopefully get an actual show
series.
made out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's different. I think my point is also that like I think predominantly I want to make it clear that like I try my best to write the best comedy I can, but I certainly, if I was choosing about the reaction to the best comedy I can write, I would rather getting paid well for it than my peers going, very good.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I'm going to try my best. I write the best if I can. I write as honestly as I can. I don't know that I consider any comedy art, but I do my best. But if I was choosing between massive paycheck and my friends going, very good stuff.
You write for the audience, not for other comedians.
Yeah.
That's
Oh
how I
yeah,
feel.
we all write for the audience.
Not
I don't
true.
think that's true either.
We know.
And
Who's writing for Dave at the back of the Chuckle Hut Factory in fucking Bracknell? Like,
But there's a lot of comedians that don't know how to adapt to certain rooms, so they're the people I would say are aligned to their art.
oh, that's true. Me at the Stafford Gatehouse 2 years ago. Fucking hell! I've told you about this?
Tell me.
Right? Oh God!
We-
It's so bad.
What is it?
It was such a bad death.
I'll bet you we can all relate. We'll all bet we all
Yeah.
I'm panicking.
Please, now we have to know.
Please tell us.
Why do you
breathe.
look like you're enjoying it?
I know it's like she's coming, but also she's disappointed in herself. Go on.
Okay, Stafford Gatehouse Theatre, Friday night gig, Christmas. Opening 30.
Well,
Okay,
Christmas
it's
never
already
goes.
Opening
Yeah.
30, which is, just for anyone who
30?
doesn't know, it's an opening 20 max
Yeah.
is how it works.
Opening 30 is too much on a normal night, never mind on a Christmas
And
bill.
Even on
And
tour shows, people do 20 and then a break.
It's also important to say that like with the first section, they're not drunk enough, so they're dying for a drink. They want the interval quickly. The other thing to say is at Christmas, they're fucking lunatics. And actually, the first section is about to get them to calm down. But if you drag that out too long, the kiddies go wild.
Okay, I will also say I had just come off of 3 gigs where I felt like I'd completed comedy.
Oh yeah, you went in cocky.
I was cocky. I believed I was talented.
Yeah,
You are talented, just
are.
not in Stafford.
Yeah.
So I'm out in Stafford. They're screaming at the MC, who I'll tell you who it was afterwards, but very good MC.
Okay.
Saying, bring on a proper comic! Bring on a proper comic! And I was like, they mean me.
Oh no.
Oh sweet God, they're saying that to a good MC.
A really good MC.
Fucking hell.
And he's already gone through all the, like, you can go fuck yourself, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay. Well, so I go out and I'm like, don't worry, though, because I've been so good the last 3 nights at, like, the Bill Murray to 20 people. We'll be grand.
Oh my God.
Oh my
God, I
God.
feel
The Bill
sick.
Murray is an amazing comedy club, but it gives you the falsest sense of security.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can do new stuff to applause breaks, then go
Yeah.
to like a club
I
not
love the crowds
in
there.
Angel, and they will not like that.
That
new
being
stuff.
said, I have also died there. So I walk out on stage, all cooking confident, like, who's this beautiful Christmas fairy? And they're like, what, you mean the fat lass? Like, oh God! Oh God!
Was it like a deaf for 30 minutes? Or was there...
Oh, I
did,
lasted 25 and then went, can you come get me, please?
Did you get
Let's
bit?
get the MC
Did you get
to come.
anything off
Did
them?
you die?
I
Did you
got
die
a
from the start?
lot of... Right. I had a lot of back and forth. So I would be like, I'm 6'1". They'd be like, no, you're not. And then I'd be like, fucking come up here, then I'll prove it. So the guy comes up, measure, I win. And then another group starts talking, then another group starts talking. And then one
Whack-a-mole.
guy...
It's whack-a-mole. I hate whack-a-mole.
It's full whack-a-mole.
whack-a-mole.
I can't calm them down. And then one guy starts doing the next.
No.
Next, coming next.
That's bad.
Oh,
That's
God.
bad.
Yeah. So then, but I think I'm fucking flying this week.
Can we just pause for a second?
Okay.
Because is there anything worse as a comic than next or you're not funny? Because there's no reply to it that doesn't make you
No.
seem like an absolute jackass.
Well, he
It's
was
like,
screaming next, and I was like, no, I'm with you. Don't worry. There is another comic. It's not just me. So I was like, great.
no, but that's the worst. Either you're like, yeah, no, I agree, or you're like, if someone's like, you're not funny, and then you're like, yeah, I am. You're like, oh, I've lost all power. I've lost all
Do you
power.
know, though, I wouldn't even take that as a death on your part, and I'm really not
They
saying
sound
Like,
like
this.
we haven't even
They
got to
sound
the
like
end of the
dicks.
story.
Yeah, if they're rude before the MC's even come on, that's on the audience. If they're like fine and quiet and waiting for the show, and then that's a different thing.
They do sound like a bunch
Yeah.
of
So there's one guy screaming next, and for some reason, that manages to quiet the entire room compared to anything else I've done. They all go silent. He's like, next, next, next. And I'm just thinking, like,
Did you not do
this
look
guy's a
at me?
prick. This, done it.
Oh.
Done everything. I've done it. I've run out.
I
Oh
could give you an
God!
applause
When you
break.
use all your tricks,
Yeah.
and there's nothing.
I barely had any anyway. This guy's screaming next, and they've all gone silent. And I'm like, oh, fuck you, you anchor. Like, whatever. going at him, and I'm thinking, oh, he's being such a prick. The whole audience must hate this guy. So I'm like, guys, we should get rid of him, shouldn't we? And they're all like, no. And I'm like, he's a prick. And I thought they were all on my side. They weren't. They're all on his side. So then it's the whole of Stafford basically being like, no, we love the guy that's screaming at you. It's you we hate. So I had to go like, is the MC, can you come get me, please?
No, you didn't.
I did. What am I going to do? Another 5 minutes and we're screaming? I just left. I just left.
Thank you. Good night.
And I came back and I did get advice from the two comics in the green room that
Who
was
hadn't
not
been on
needed.
yet.
Hadn't been on yet.
Oh my God, I fucking hate unsolicited advice.
It was so unnecessary because it was just a
What did
cacophony
they
of
say?
fucks. You need to have things in your arsenal
Oh, fuck off.
to say to them when they're being a nightmare. And I was like, okay, but when there's 5 tables all going at it at different points, everything I said they challenged. And they
I
were
have
like,
to say this though about comedy. It's not. We have to learn to like maybe deal with like funny heckles and stuff like that. It's not our job to learn how to like teach people to be not dickheads. Like they wouldn't go to the Lion King and behave like that. So it's like you can come and not enjoy it, but just don't laugh. Like you don't
we've
have
got
to be.
lots
cunt
of rules
to
we
be
have
honest.
between we can, but we've got rules between ourselves. Like there's some that I've learned over the years that I got told very early on, which I've only just put into practice recently. Like if you've got a room full of people and there's a group of people not enjoying it and they're just looking at you blankly, ignore them. Focus on the people that are loving it and make them feel like they're missing out. Stop trying to desperately make them laugh. Like, and there's things that I'm so put into practice. But when the whole room is just like, so I say, like I love drinking, and they go, do you? Show us. So everything's a challenge. Everything's a question.
It's tedious. But I will also say that.
But I was so confident that they were all on my side. Don't we hate this guy? No, you fat slag.
That's so painful. I'm so sorry that. First of all, I'm so sorry that happened.
Me
So happy
too.
that happened. So sorry that
But
happened.
say your eyes are so happy. I don't know how.
No,
sorry.
I was actually going to say that I think what you're saying is right though, Stephen, because I think it took me a while to realize there's a certain degree to which like you have to learn to deal with people not liking you. You have to learn to deal with people being quiet and not engaging with you. You have to learn to deal with hard setup rooms, difficult other comics, like maybe even like troublesome bookers. You have to learn to deal with people, responding to rhetorical questions, interrupting with funny jokes. I think all of that, I guess, is just a workplace environment. But what you don't have to put up with is abuse. And I think that we conflate that with comedy audiences way too often. And actually, Stephen taught me this. I don't think you know this, but like a while ago, we were talking, there was just like, after lockdown, there was this weirdly weird rage in audiences that I'd never experienced before. Like this, like people hadn't been out of the house, and people were getting much drunker, much faster, and there was this weird like anger. And I get it; it was a really fucking hard time, but people were getting drunk, and they were like a little bit even more misogynist than usual. And specifically, I was getting, and I used to get loads when I started comedy, but after lockdown, I just like a real uptick in homophobia, and like being spewed at me on stage. And I have learned so well to like rebuff that, cut the person down, teaching moments, like undermining moments, turn the room against the moments, all that. And then we were talking about it and you pointed out to me like, or you can just wait till they're asked to leave. Like you can literally go, cool, that's not part of my job. I'm just going to wait here. Oh, the staff are coming? Okay, cool. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't actually have to take that.
Because I only started doing it after lockdown, but I was like, I'm so fed up of homophobia because you're right. There's so many we have to deal with. You've drank too much. We have to deal with like,
But it's another thing though.
But also, it's like homophobia is hate speech. That's it.
Yeah.
Full stop. Like that's what it is. And if someone shouts out something homophobic, a comedy club does not pay me well enough.
That's what you said.
To deal with it. They pay a bouncer. So you need to acknowledge what homophobia is.
Yeah.
Come over, remove them, and I'll carry on. And until then, I'm just going to wait there because you don't pay me enough. And also, I don't want to because we're taught as queer people, get the laugh out of it. You have to learn for a witty response and get the room back on your side. But then that makes them think they've got the laugh and that they've helped. No, you've been hateful. I'm just going to wait.
Fucking smart.
Yeah.
Okay, we need to spread that word because I haven't heard about that.
It really, really helped me. And it made, and I think that thing of like, I've come on the train, maybe 4 hours.
Yeah.
To get to this club.
Yeah.
I'm getting 120 quid for the evening.
Oh, 120. Let me know what that is.
My agent will take 24. The taxman will take 24. I've had to buy a snack on the train.
Yeah.
I'll probably need breakfast in the morning. I'm really getting 50 quid. You don't get to call me whatever the fuck you feel like.
Yeah.
It. and make me have to do. And you're right, like I'm actually very good at dealing with heckles.
Yeah.
I've always been quite good at it because I got a lot of it very early on because I look like a woman who will need help after 10 minutes. But like honestly, if I talk especially when I was new, something about large groups of men would be like, oh, she's been talking too long, she'll need some assistance.
Oh my God, I never thought about it like that. But you're right, when they're just sort of like, oh, better jump in. She's paused. Yeah.
And it's like, oh God, she's gonna, and it's like, and then that plus homophobia, like it was just like tedious. And you're like, oh yeah, I could just opt out. Of having to fucking. You're right. It's just not good enough pay for that nonsense.
And also, what's the point? Why is the bouncer getting paid? Like, if you want me to do their job, pay me a bit more. Don't have them on the door. I'll do it. Like, that's just how I feel. Like,
he's a black belt. He could do both.
That's really true. Could, yeah, and I'm really like bored of like people, being like, no. I'm really not paid enough for so many things, and especially when you start doing your own shows and your own tours, you realise like being like, we're not getting paid that amount. A good enough money to deal with this nonsense. So if you want to allow the homophobia, that's fine, but I'll wrap up after 5 minutes and give you the same fee invoice. Yeah. You decide. I'll work with you at work.
It's fucking great that you're doing that, and it's fucking great that you're doing that. And I feel like the more people know about it, the more we can all do it, so they realise they have to step it up.
Yeah.
Because it's that thing of like, because we don't have an HR department in comedy. We don't have something where we have to like, it's all done through like, hey, have you thought about this? Hey, do you know that club is all paying us this amount? Are they paying you that amount as well? Or is it like,
let's be clear. Clubs do this. Some clubs do this incredibly well.
Some do.
Yeah. The stand, the store, they don't put up with shit. And they're entire, like the stand you walk in and there are notices on the wall saying like, we don't stand for heckling or abuse of our comics. And similarly in the store, I have had, like, that's the room that everybody wants to play. It's so competitive. Yeah. It does pay well. It does have a great audience. They're so nice to you. And yet still the only time I've ever had like a show derailed because of a heckler, the lovely man, Simon, who works there, was like so apologetic and did interrupt and did try to stop them and did have them eventually get, and also like was just so, because he's like, that's not your fucking job. And it's like, that's a good club.
And the venues you've just mentioned as well, they put the show before the bar. They put the comedy show ahead of their bar sales. Yeah. So like other places are like, drink.
Yeah, I know
There's
what you mean.
also a show going on. Whereas those shows go, here's a show, you've got a 15-minute break, then the bar's going to shut while the show's on.
Yeah.
Like, if you can still get a drink or go to the bar when a show is on.
Oh, gosh, you're not going to pay attention.
It's hugely problematic for a show.
Oh, my God,
He's speaking the truth. Oh, my God, sorry. If you're not into comedy, but that was a really long rant about something you won't give a shit about.
No, I think that's just that. I think anything can apply to any work situation, though. It's just like someone talking to you there and being like, no, I'm not paid enough to be spoken to like this.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, it's essentially bullying.
Yeah.
And don't get bullied in the workplace. Stand up for yourself.
Last question.
Yeah.
Call it ignorance. How much would they have to pay you to put up with it?
Oh, yeah.
As some people who put money.
Like, honestly, anything over $1,000, I'll put up with any shit.
Yeah? Like a shit heckle, if you're doing a 20-minute spot for $1,000, you'd be like, yeah,
I'll die for
I'll
20
deal
minutes.
with it. No bouncer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, anything over $1,000, I'll pretty much put with anything. I think the homophobia I'm really putting my foot down with. But anything else, if you want to talk while I'm on, do that for $1,000.
Oh my God. Like, plan your next date. That's fine. If I'm getting paid well. Okay, good. It's good to see we're on the same page.
Yeah, nice.
Andy Holdy.
Oh,
you guys.
Helen's not so artsy anymore.
How quick she was to be like, also name your fucking price, you queers.
I'm literally
name your price, you pup.
I just heard about this. I'm thinking, God, what the fuck were you? I was loaded of stuff at Gatehouse. You weren't there to be like, oh, just so you know. Like, you don't have to deal with that. You can just sort of go quiet.
Well, if you'd invited me to your birthday, maybe I'd had a conversation.
Let's do a problem. Should we do a problem? Is there a problem from a listener? I think it's a listener problem we should jump into. Catherine didn't have you at your birthday.
Maybe
Did you?
My birthday's always in Edinburgh, so you're definitely invited.
Thank you. I'm not going to Edinburgh.
Are you not?
No.
You're so classy.
So commercial.
What are you doing instead?
I'm going to go to Paris. I'm not even going to lie.
Go to Paris?
Paris, yeah.
For a month?
No, I'm going to go for a week. And then I'm going to have 3 weeks of being like high-paying things only.
You going to Disneyland Paris?
You're just basically going to do the stuff in London when everybody's away that you can.
Yeah, pretty
good
much.
Good for
Why
you.
would I go to Edinburgh? Just
Zoo.
have Charlton call me unsophisticated. I don't think so.
Let's do that problem.
I love you.
What was that?
I love you. Let's go.
Okay, this is a long one, so strap in, but it is
Strap in.
an important one.
Okay.
Hi, Hogs. I'm in quite a difficult situation with my uni placement, and honestly, I have no idea what to do. I'm currently 3 months into a six-month placement with a social media marketing agency. About a week into the placement, I found out my boss was a raging TERF. She never said anything directly, but I'll attach her Twitter so you can get a better idea. Think J.K. Rowling vibes. At first, it was only through her likes that she interacted with TERF groups, but over the past week, she's begun tweeting from her business account. I tried to ignore the situation at first, as I'm aware that in life I will have to work with people whose views I may disagree with. But as part of the placement, I'll be expected to run the Twitter account that she uses to interact with these groups. I'm a 23-year-old trans man, and my boss has no idea because I pass fairly well. I know it's a fairly grim situation, but I listen to you guys all the time, and if anyone can make me laugh about it, then it's you. Any advice?
Do we have an initial for this person?
This is from V.
V. Hello, V. First of all, thank you for sharing your problem with us. And secondly, I'm really sorry that that's happening. So first of all, sorry that that's happening. It's actually fucking insane that you even have to figure this out.
So, just quickly, call it ignorance. What is the university placement? How important is a placement exactly?
Well, presumably it's going to come with a professional recommendation.
Okay.
It's going to come with.
You could leave with a job there if it.
Yeah, it
goes
could
the way
lead
you
to
want
an
it
actual
to,
job. Yeah.
So it's like a higher education work experience.
So it's as part of your course, you're learning and practicing the skills you've been studying.
Okay.
But also you potentially come out with, best case scenario, a job, potentially, certainly with sufficient work experience during your university time that will mean that you're not just going in as like a graduate to most of the programs.
Yeah.
And you should come out with professional recommendations, especially if you've done nothing wrong and worked very hard.
Okay. Understood. Right, yeah.
Also, presumably it's a mandatory part of your course to pass. So
it's always part of your course.
so it's going to contribute to your overall results as well.
Oh, fucking hell, V. You're in a bloody nightmare.
Well, that's not helpful, I'd say.
You're in an absolute nightmare, V. This is important. You got to do it. You got to do it. You're fucked.
I have several things to say. First of all, I think what we were talking
V,
about.
cry in the toilets.
No,
Jesus.
no, Helen, stop. Helen.
Oh, man.
Helen, I'd say this is not the one for you to solve.
Okay.
I would say what we were just talking about. God, you're bringing such Stafford Gate energy. Take a breath. Take a breath.
Not at Stafford Gatehouse.
Take
now,
a breath.
Okay.
V, first of all, really sorry that's happening. It's also very hard to walk the precarious line of when it's your senior and your boss.
Yeah.
But let's be clear. Morally, we know this person is doing the wrong thing. Being a TERF is gross. Business-wise, they're also doing the wrong thing, though, because they're using the business account to advocate for hate speech, which
is not legal.
Both not legal, but also optics-wise, even if you come down on either side as a business, like optics-wise is probably quite bad. And
you'd be kicked off Apprentice so quick.
Right, but because it's not strategic for a business. But the third thing to say is it feels probably like at the moment you have to either out yourself, which is you don't have to do, or talk to your boss head on, which I actually don't think would work.
No.
And the beauty of the corporate structure is, unlike comedy, it has HR, baby! And also, so does university. So I would approach it twofold. One, please step in if you have...
No, I'm listening.
I would go to your university advisor. You almost certainly have a tutor or a lecturer in your subject.
Do they have that? So at uni you can go to someone and they're like in charge of your welfare?
Well,
they still are responsible for your welfare while you're there, yeah.
So in the first instance, I would go to them. Secondarily, I would be asking them for advice on how to approach it within HR at the business, who are also, now let's be clear, imperfect. This is the thing. Your advisor and your HR are both human and might be flawed also, or deeply immoral also. But the odds are that at least one of those two. And also, you must put everything in writing.
I'm a big believer. Did you not learn this from Housewives? Keep your receipts. I do this all the time. Never do anything on phone. Always do it on email. Because then you have proof that you flagged it should anything escalate.
Yeah.
True
and
that.
Also, I always think as well, do you know the whole kill with kindness thing?
Yeah.
I always think there's so much in that because you could go, like, you've just gone in on this placement, taken over the social media. You could go, like, you don't have to say it's this person who normally does it. They'll know themselves. You go, oh, just so you know, I've just taken over the social media and I've noticed that there's a lot of liking about, is it TERF tweets? Yeah, that's what they're doing. So they're liking a lot of TERF tweets. And I don't think that's a good look for this business. But so you could just do it like that, where it's like, I'm flagging it for you. Like, do you know, like, and then it
that's
allows
really
you
good
to
advice
keep anything
too.
you want to keep to yourself. You don't have to out yourself. And it's just, and it's also looks very professional. Just go, I've just noticed this is happening and we don't want to be seen this way.
Also, like the same face that Stephen's making, 100% V replicate. It's like I've just
my best
noticed.
act.
Like it's like you're so confused, but you just want to help.
But actually, it's
like
no,
it's
but
really
Reed to
good.
Sullivan.
yeah,
Got the reference,
but also
got the
I do
reference.
think that like faux naivety a little bit can be helpful. If it seems apparent that you'd absolutely know who it is, then you don't have it. You're not duty bound to do that. But I would think like make the business case and less of the personal case, because people respond better to that and because it makes them feel less judged. And the business case here is you're talking about alienating a younger demographic. You're talking about potentially engaging in actual hate speech. You're talking about making it a safe workplace. You're talking about HR violations. You're talking about inconsistency of messaging. You're talking about product irrelevance. Like, just talk about those things. And you do not owe HR your whole history.
No.
You don't owe this woman your whole history. But I do think you owe yourself the opportunity to feel supported in that context. I'm really sorry that's happening. And also, if you're feeling a bit like, oh God, I promise you're not the only person in that office who is trans or who has a trans family member or who, I don't know, possesses human empathy.
Yeah,
And I would say, we're with you.
I agree. And if it is so clear that it's your boss doing the tweets, and so it'd be too obvious to do the faux naivety, you can still do the naivety by going, I think we've been hacked because all these things have been. Yeah.
Okay, right. For my 2 cents, 100% V. Do the fake, like, oh my God. Oh my God.
We've been hacked.
They've got my fucking password. What the fuck?
You've never
Assuming
su-
this is the University of Huddersfield.
You've never got a northern role, have you?
Oh, bloody hell.
Ooh, we've been hacked.
Who's like...
I've got to get down the man.
Someone's like Graham Linehan again. Bloody hell, man. Where's my pasty?
It's all over the shop.
And then I would also say 100% you need a vent. So get your drug, drink or food of choice and binge it and vent to everyone that will listen.
But
like,
also-
you don't problem solve until you've had your vent.
I would say also your university counselor and tutor and HR. And like, you don't have to advocate for yourself alone. Those people will be flawed, but I promise you, unless this person is the business owner, there's probably ways around it.
And if that doesn't work, send us a link to the account and we'll get it blocked.
Oh
So I have to restart again. That's not even a massive problem for us.
it.
We can report it. Obviously, we won't do that until you've emailed us with explicit
All
permission.
3 of us can just report
But
it.
that's not going to be a big drama for us. Thank you so much.
Let's do all of the above.
Yeah. Let us know.
Also,
We won't.
thanks for sharing your problem. I think like other people will have issues like that, and it's so uncomfortable, and it's good
Because people are always scared of their bosses. There is still such a strange thing about power and who can do what, and it always comes to power and money. And everyone is always scared of approaching their boss about something that's not appropriate.
Yeah, I'm nervous right now because I want to eat this cookie, but I don't know
No.
whether I should ask Catherine or
we're
Em.
not doing that right now.
And
Just eat it.
No, I absolutely don't want to listen to that on the podcast. Here's what I would say is, can I just say one last thing about power, approachability? You were saying something. Fuck, I had a really good topic for your stupid cookie thing. What was it?
being scared of your boss.
Being scared of your boss. Power.
Was it my northern accent?
It's gone. It's gone.
Where in the north are you from?
Oh, I know. That's what it is.
Manchester, because I'm buzzing.
What I was gonna say was, the reason that I say that you don't have to tell them you don't have to out yourself is because is not like I can imagine some people are listening and being like, oh, but maybe you should because other people won't have the privilege of passing, right? So I understand that that's a tricky thing to balance. But I would say this is, when I say that you don't owe them your past, I just mean like, and you don't owe them your entire truth, is like, remember, with the queer conversation, especially with homophobes or transphobes, the fact of the matter is that argument costs you more than it costs her.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a debate about whether or not hating and undermining your humanity is a valid workplace pastime, she can go all day. because her hate doesn't cost her anything, and her hate isn't undermining and devaluing her or making her feel unsafe in the workplace. You can't go all day because it's fucking exhausting to justify your personhood to a person who should frankly understand it, or at least feel some sort of duty of care to their employees, and that will cost you more. So just, you don't have to wade into that, because you will always run out of energy before them, because God hates like rocket fuel, and they don't seem to remember we're people. So just protect yourself.
Oh my God, that was beautiful.
No, that was tired and
I love that.
experienced.
People are exhausted, I think. And the thing is, I think what I'm fed up about is like whenever you talk about homophobia, transphobia, people act like we're just making it up to whinge. And it's like the statistics are there
Oh yeah.
on the police's website, on the government's website. And we know they don't like to publish accurate statistics all the time. So this is the best it looks, which is pretty bad.
But also like, yeah, also that. It's just like, it is sometimes nice to pretend to not know everyone's fucking hateful thought about you, because then you can at least exist in a world where maybe most people don't feel that way. But having to fucking lure it out of people because you need, I don't know, a basic access to workplace safety, or, you know, to be able to do your job, it's just so painful.
And it is exhausting because it's even the compliments always have a little tint of homophobia in. Like I had one the other day where it was like, you were so funny, I really loved your act, you were so sassy, but what I loved the most was you didn't put your sexuality at the forefront. And I thought, the minute I step on stage, like it's like a dig, be like, you were a really funny comedian, but you weren't too gay this time. So we really like
that level of gay you were at.
gay.
Stay at that level of gay. That one was right for us.
You have to process it in a way where it's like, well, talk to someone about this, because I'm like, I don't want to. I don't know how to respond to that, because like, thank you, but no as well. And then it's like you're trying to, and then you have to find ways to articulate yourself, which sometimes is the most exhausting thing, because you go, I want to tell you all this is not a compliment, but I don't know how to phrase it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, people just don't see their own hypocrisy. They're like, well done for not just being gay up there. And you're like, oh, cool, but literally all you saw was gay up there, because your only measure of whether or not it was good was what degree of that I just played. That's all you remember about me. Or like, it's like the same when people are like, I don't usually like female comedians. It's like, let me stop you there. You're a cunt. Can I move on? Or just like, or also just like, oh God, it's honestly, it's relentless and it's boring and it's tiring. But I think specifically for trans people at the minute, I feel this way as a queer woman. I feel like it's worse, however, for trans people. It's worse for femme presenting men. It's worse for masculine presenting women than it is for me, because I pass. But the problem with that is that, like, the reality is for trans people at the moment, it is completely legitimate to feel under physical threat. Because you are, and that's scary, and I'm sorry, as are women. But I just protect yourself as much as you can. But you are absolutely right to complain, and I cannot wait for the meeting. I want like can you get the minutes from the meeting where you're like, we've been hacked, because I really want to read them.
Such a Catherine Bohart request, but like the minutes, please. The minutes.
Someone taking the minutes?
Someone will be taking the minutes.
Do they put the pauses in? Because they feel like those matter. Okay.
The dramatic pauses in the minutes.
We got you. We got your back.
But can we please say thank you to Stephen Bailey? Because that's what I want to do.
Okay, I was going to say, before we do that, can we have like one more problem solved by Stephen? Because Stephen's great at this.
I mean, should we say thank you and then do another problem on the extras? I'm just worried about timing, Stephen.
Well, I've got nowhere to be
the alpha of this podcast.
So I'm not in a rush.
Stephen Bailey, you're an angel. Where can people find you?
At my birthday parties. Why did I say that? I made it awkward for myself. I hate myself. I actually hate myself. I'm joking. You weren't invited.
I know.
Oh my God, stop it.
Oh my God.
I'm no Rosie Jones, clearly. Yeah, I know how Helen feels about that one.
Rosie was invited. She couldn't come.
Yeah.
She was gigging, so was Catherine.
Okay.
Wow.
Tell us about where people can find you.
Oh God.
I'm on Twister.
Please tell me that's how you promote yourself. Like, I'm going to twist them out most evenings.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, just Stephen Comedy, the usual. Everything's there.
I mean, we'll tag Stephen and everything.
Also, you have a new podcast?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting about this because it's so new. I'm doing a podcast. It's called Let's Talk About the Husband.
Yeah.
You will love it.
What's it about?
It's basically... So how it came about was, so it's with Zoe Lyons.
We love.
Highbrow,
It's the dream pairing.
We love.
Come on.
I rang her loads over lockdown. Like, we just got really friendly on our walks, separately, but on the phone.
Cute.
And I'd always be going, like, we had a whole conversation about keep your receipts because of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And she was going, that's really good advice. And we'd be talking about something else. Stephen, that is so good advice. Like, you should, like, have you ever thought about being an agent? And da-da-da. And I was like, that's so rude. But I'm joking.
I know, but it's that feeling someone goes like, you'd be really good at like producing shows. And
Not
it's like,
doing this? Yeah.
No.
And,
Also,
and I
it
was,
feels like you're saying I have a face for background. And I don't.
Yeah. And I was like, it's not me, it's Lisa Vanderpump or it's Erica Jane. And she's like, what's a Lisa Vanderpump? And I was like, there's a
What's
podcast
a
on this.
Lisa Vanderpump?
And I sent her the clip of Kim Richards, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in Amsterdam.
Oh my God.
Beast.
You beast. And then she was like, this is amazing. Then I sent her a clip of, did you see where Kim and Courtney had a physical fight on Keeping Up with the
We
Kardashians?
did. Yeah, we did. Of course.
So
we
she was
did.
like, what's a Kardashian?
Oh
and she kept
my
saying it like that.
God.
What's a Kardashian? What's a Kardashian?
Make it stop.
What's wrong with Zoe? I've hung out with
And
Zoe
then
before.
I did a bit of research. Zoe Lyons started on Survivor.
I know.
So she's the biggest reality person there is. She's the
What?
OG of reality TV.
yeah, I thought it was The Island, but it's Survivor, wasn't
Survivor,
it?
yeah.
she's
Zoe was on Survivor.
Yeah.
The first series.
First ever series in the UK.
Yeah.
I am so pulling out my gig tonight,
And-
which is awful because it's for charity. But I'm fucking out. I'm out. Okay, amazing.
And then, so then we decided to do a podcast where we would watch an episode of reality TV, like the big viral ones.
Good.
And see what you've learned from it. So every episode's a different reality show.
Oh my God, we should listen to this. I'm obsessed.
And then, so we've done our first 8. I think 6 are out at the minute. And then we're going to start having like guests on. So we'd love reality fans on. So we'd love to have you
Yes,
guys on.
Oh my God,
please.
yeah.
Then we're going to have like Tanya from the Housewives of Cheshire and all different people.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's really good podcast. We just need to focus.
I know we've got to like, we're
great,
going
yeah.
to talk more in the extras.
We
'cause
don't have-
can't let
probably
go
don't
of you.
have time.
Sorry.
But like, have you seen the ASMR version of that fight?
Right, I haven't. I know what it is. I keep meaning to watch it. People keep sending it me, but I've not watched it yet.
Thank you, Stephen Bailey. We'll be continuing this in the extras.
Woo!